Hello everyone, I am Doodlemans86 and today I am going to review the King of the Monsters Evolved Monsterarts Godzilla Evolved from Godzilla Kong the New Empire. Released in October of 24 for Japan and November for the US, this is a brand new sculpt utilizing the 3D data used in the film. With a brand new look and range of articulation, let's see if this Pepto-Bismol powered lizard is worth picking up. Starting with the box, it looks magnificent as always. Here we have Godzilla Evolved, and I love the pink here. It looks really vibrant. You see Godzilla Kong the New Empire. There's the top side, have the figure. On the side, here's the bottom. And in the back, we have some promotional images, which look neat. Although I'm sad they didn't keep the X window from the previous figures boxes. I really liked how that looked. Unfortunately, that's not here. As always, I'm going to go over the articulation first. So here at the head, we have a hinge at the jaw, opens and closes. As you can see, it doesn't really open that much. I kind of wish it would open more, but that's about the best you're gonna get. The tongue is on a ball joint, as you can see here. Moves pretty well, really smooth. Just make sure it doesn't pop out and don't lose it. The head is on a ball joint. Really nice. And there is a system of ball joints here in the neck. As you can see, it's a bunch of like pieces here, so he can look to the left and right pretty great. Like, look at that. He's got some really nice movement there. He can look really far down, which is also really nice, but he doesn't really look that far up, which slightly sucks. So yeah, other than that, the articulation is really fluid here. Really nice. I like how they did that. I just wish he could look up though. The shoulders are on a ball joint. Go full 360. There's like a slight drop down. And if I show you underneath where the armpits would be, there is no sculpt there. It's broken up. So that way he can move his arms freely. So that's pretty nice. The biceps are on a ball joint and they swivel. The elbows and the forearm are also on ball joints. The wrists are on a ball joint, which is pretty nice. And then we get to the actual body here. We have a ball joint here, which is really nice, similar to the previous Monsterverse sculpt they had. And then you have a ball joint here, although it doesn't really move that much. But as you can see, he does look really far down. So that's really cool. You can see the sculpt underneath, which is great. Looking up, that's about as good as you're gonna get. For the hips, they are on a ball joint, and as you can see, there is like a little piece here. Sometimes it can pop out if you like open the leg too much, like here. Like you can see it's slightly popping out, but you can just put it back in, so not a problem. Goes really forward, back, not so much. And the knees are on a ball joint, so you have a ball joint here, and you have a ball joint here, which is really nice. Really nice fluid movement. I like it. It's buttery smooth. The ankles are on a ball joint, and there's nothing super loose or super tight on this figure, which I really like, so that's really nice. And the tail is on a ball joint. I count 17 if my math is correctly, and this is a really great tail. I think this is my favorite articulated tail of any figure. It's just so nice. You can get some really great poses out of that. Like, you can do the S. You can literally make him touch his own spines with the tail, and you can get him into the sleeping pose, which is really great. So I have to say, oh, pop that out. This is easily one of the, if not the best Monsterarts tails I have ever seen. It's easily the best one in my collection because wow, it is just magnificent. I love this tail. This is just a really great tail. And this is a really great figure in terms of articulation. I'd have to say he's like my second best articulated. I'd still give first to Final Wars. But Final Wars does have some competition because this guy's pretty great. With a few flaws, but overall he moves really great and makes for an awesome action figure. Great articulation overall. Going into the sculpt and paint, this figure was sculpted by Yuji Sakai, and he does look great. As you can see, it is definitely a new sculpt, not the same Monsterverse Doherty design that was used before. And it looks great. I love how it looks. Even from the solicitation pictures, I really like how it looked. I thought it looked pretty accurate. One thing I thought, well, two things. I thought the legs were going to look bad, but in person, they don't look that bad. They actually look fine. And I saw the yellowish like dry brushing paint I really didn't like how that looked in the pictures, but in person it doesn't bother me as much. And I guess it makes sense, but I think it would have been nice to have some grays here and there, like on the chest, you know? But that's just me. The eyes look pretty good here. They use some dot matrix printing, which looks fine. He looks good enough. You can see the mouth here is pretty good, if I can even open it wide enough. The tongue is painted and there is some paint inside the mouth. The sculpt looks pretty good. I like how the gums were done. The teeth, a little messy, but still fine enough. The jaw looks great. I love the jaw spikes, and I like how they did the spikes here for the head. I love it. Slightly pink. I like how they did that. The figure overall is black with that greenish yellowish dry brushing, and the claws are just completely yellow, as you can see. Look fine enough. He has the armor plating and the proper scaling patterns. Looks magnificent. He has this lean but muscular physique. His shoulders popping out really nicely here. That evolution was pretty great, I can see. And he has no stomach because he needs, wow, he really has no stomach. I'm really seeing this like right now. Like, he has a huge chest but no stomach. That is crazy. He lost all his beef. And the legs, although still powerful, are a lot thinner. And you can see they actually like dry brush the tips black for the toe claws. I don't know why. I would have rather they done it completely black, or they dry brush it completely. But I don't know. That's there, I guess. There is the bottom, which looks great. We have the proper detailing here for the tail, which looks great. It's completely black. And then the spines look great. I love how they did the spines. I like how they're flat but really sharp. They look like they're in the process of evolving, which looks great. And they are translucent, which I adore. I just love how they did the translucency here, because when he's not using his atomic breath, I think his spines are translucent. So I love how they did that. As you can see, they dry brushed a bit of the black here, the skin. And the base, or the center here, is a really dark pink, which is appreciated. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it is a darker pink. The rest of the spine is like a lighter pink. And it gives it this energized look, especially when you have a light source behind it, which looks awesome. And the tail spikes here are just great. I like how they did that. They're so open, but so sharp and long. I like how they did that. Looks great. Overall, I'm really impressed with the sculpting and painting of this guy. It looks really good. I really love how they did it, and it looks like he jumped straight out of the film. Looks magnificent. Overall, great sculpting and paint. Accessories. He does come with hands. He had these hands on. The calm hands. The accessories were these open hands, which are so cool, and they fit the Monsterverse Godzilla, especially now. The open hands just fit him so much more, and of course I'm gonna have those on. Overall, fine enough accessories. He is $129.99 MSRP. Same price on Amazon, which is where I got him. He is available on Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, eNight Media, etc. He is 6.3 inches tall, so basically the same size as the previous Monsterverse Godzilla Monsterarts. And we'll do some size comparisons right now. So here he is with the rest of the GXK cast. I like how he looks. I love how they look next to each other. They look really great. And here he is with the rest of the figures in my collection, figures you probably have. There's just something about seeing them all together that just looks really great. I just love how they all look together, especially next to Ghidorah. You know, seeing Godzilla Evolved next to Ghidorah. That's really nice. I love it. With the review over, is this figure worth picking up? There has been a lot of discussion over the Monsterarts figures, especially the Monsterverse line. Is this figure worth picking up? I'd say so. Of the Monsterverse New Empire figures, I do have to say this one is my favorite one so far. He definitely has the best sculpt. The painting is pretty great, and the articulation is I just love the articulation. Of course, this figure does have flaws, and there are a few things I wish could be fixed, and that would easily make this the best Monsterarts of all time. I do really like this figure. It has problems. What figure doesn't? I really love this guy, though. I really like how they did him, and yeah, it's a big price for just the figure with no accessories, but he is still a stellar release. I highly recommend him if you can pick him up, because he is pretty great. Great sculpting, great articulation, and overall, he is an excellent figure. He will stand proud as the king of the monsters in your collection. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.